All right, good morning. Welcome to 1 Million Cup Cedar Valley. Thanks everybody for coming today. Quick recap for those, so if you haven't been here before, we're gonna have a 6-minute pitch and then 10 minutes, or however long they want to take, 20 minutes of question and answers from the community. And then our one special rule of Cedar Valley is that we greet people with a standing ovation. So today we have Michael and Cody Caraway with Monday Creations. Let's welcome them to 1 Million Cups.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys. I'm Cody Caraway with Monday Creations, and this is my ex-brother turned business partner, Michael Caraway. But before we touch on us a little bit more, we're going to talk about Joe. So this is Joe. Joe owns a local popcorn shop. He's trying to expand his business. He wants to get an online presence and sell his products through an e-commerce site. So Joe goes out, he meets Tough Guy Timmy. Tough Guy Timmy's a developer, and he's good on the development side, but he does lack on the design side, which Joe didn't know about. So Timmy finishes the site, and this is what he gets. Joe's crying. Because you go to the site, you don't know what they do, you don't know why they do it, and ultimately, you don't know where to buy from them. So Joe goes to the bar, he has a couple beers.
Joe's feeling pretty good. He ends up running into us at the bar. He starts a conversation with us, and basically he asks what we do. So we tell him we're a creative agency focused on creating digital experiences through mediums such as websites, digital marketing, and brand imaging. He asks us if we can help him out. So we tell him that we're going to create him a digital experience for his customers with a focus on ease of use, clean design, and branding. But what does that actually mean? It's a multi-tiered approach that we're going to go at the problem with. We're going to solidify his brand, make sure it's cohesive through his logos, his print material, and all of his tone throughout the websites and every other marketing asset. Secondly, we're going to create his digital home base by creating a website that actually tells people what he does and where they should actually go through the site. Thirdly, we're going to get people back to his base by creating an inbound marketing strategy through SEO, blogging, and other digital marketing tactics. And lastly, we're going to convert his visitors into customers. And this is what something like that might look like.
All right, so why Mondays are awesome. At Monday Creations, we're focusing on community give back. And we're doing this because the community has helped get us to where we're at today. So we really want to focus on sponsoring networking events, hosting networking events, and doing pro bono websites for companies and people that we believe in their cause. The other thing is smart design. I mean, a website could look good, but if it's not functional, it's pretty pointless. And the last thing is fun people. We like to remain with a fun vibe, surround ourselves with fun people, and ultimately boost the creativity so we create better products.
Currently, our target market is small businesses between 10 and 15 employees. 0 employees is really effective. But yeah, so we're keeping it very broad so we can explore different verticals to see where we best fit within those companies.
Our marketing strategy right now is pretty broad. We're really trying to hone in on just 3 of them, and we could use your advice with that. The first one is consulting partnerships. We know that people are going to these agencies and asking them, where do I get a website? And we want to be the preferred vendor for those. The other thing is workshops. We want to host workshops for people in the community, show them how to do low-cost websites, low-cost social media, and then tell them where to go once they want to have something more practical and more effective. The other thing is network marketing. We have a big network now and it's continuing to grow, so we want to take advantage of that and utilize our connections.
So this is our crew. I'm one of the founders and CEO. I'm in charge of growing the company externally, as well as leading the design and strategy behind all of our sites. Cody is one of the founders as well and serves as the COO, making sure everything runs smoothly within the company, and is also in charge of the development. Kevin is in charge of all the marketing efforts and also the digital marketing side of our client work. Alec is our Chief Solutions Officer. He's in charge of executing our marketing strategy. Janet is our design intern who we're bringing on within the next couple months. And Taylor is our digital marketing intern.
All right, so again, we want to thank you guys for coming out. And if you have any feedback, we'd love to have that. And any questions, we can answer for you.
While we're asking questions, be sure to fill out your feedback sheets on the tables. Go ahead, Catherine.
So Cody, tell me about your workshops. How much are you giving away and how much are you keeping today?
Yeah, and basically we're not going to give away a whole lot. It's just really focusing on helping the small businesses out and let them get something up there so people can at least go to the product, find out what they do, and then at least get them some sort of presence. It's not going to be as useful as if they had a full-blown website that had all the features, but at least so they have something to start with, and then when they want to expand, they can come to us.
So they're paid workshops.
Right now, we're thinking about doing it for free. It's still a discussion for it.
So they're paid workshops.
Okay.
If you are giving them something that they are walking out with, then you need to charge them for that. If you are giving them something free, you only give them, I'm sorry, this is gonna sound very mercenary, folks in the room, but it's the reality. I've done this for years. You give them enough in the free workshop to create as many of them as actual customers who are gonna come back to you for the rest of the solution. So it's like a little appetizer, a taste of the dessert, so they want the rest of the dessert kind of a thing. So you gotta be careful with that.
As a
And really
follow-up
think
to
that
that,
through.
we do something kind of like that. We call them lunch and learns, where basically we go enough and we talk about stuff we've done for everyone else. And if they are smart enough to make the application, then that's fine. But we don't actually work specifically on their stuff. So it's a similar model. It's actually been really successful for us. It's how we've gotten in the door with most of our clients.
Okay.
So, and they buy their own lunch. We just come in and talk to them for 10 or 15 minutes.
So if you want to give them a taste,
Right.
free is okay.
Right.
But if you want them to walk out with some sort of a viable product, even if it's low end, you need to charge them for
Right.
it. The other suggestion for charging for it is I've done a lot of years of free workshops. People don't see value in it, and they will blow you off and not show up. So even if your free workshop actually has a little nominal value to it, but you're just basically giving them some content, some buy-in, some investment on their part is gonna make them put a body in that room.
Makes sense.
Do you have a target vertical market that you like to work with, like
We're-
medical or higher ed or just whoever pays right now?
It's something we're really trying to find. I mean, that's why I said we're keeping it broad. It's just we haven't found that best fit yet, so we're keeping it open at this point.
Do you have one that you tend to do more?
We've been doing a lot of like consulting websites or service-based websites. So,
So what kind of companies generally have you been finding?
just a lot of, like I said, service-based, like business-to-business type work.
I mean,
Human
in any
resources.
particular industries right now?
I mean, no, they're pretty varied. I mean, it's yeah, whatever. At this point, whatever comes in. But,
We already wrote the same.
yeah.
If somebody did come up and ask, why should they hire you over somebody else, what would be the benefit that they have going to you over somebody else who's doing similar work or website design?
Yep, it's the smart design aspect. I mean, we don't only make things look good, we make sure they're laid out effectively. And it's kind of like hard to sell. So that's why we've been talking to Alyssa about working with eye tracking and using that on our websites so we can prove that we're actually providing that service. So that's our main selling point, and I feel like that's going to back it up even more. We're able to prove it.
So have you done any follow-up kind of case studies on sites you've already done, you know, and have it has increased traffic, has increased sales? Do you have any, that kind of data that you can share with potential customers? Or?
Yeah, I mean, any of our recurring packages like SEO, SEM, we always do analytics, and we send monthly analytic reports to prove the value of the stuff we do. So it's something we do with any recurring client.
We need to put together case studies. We haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
We have the ability to.
Yeah, to share that with potential customers.
Okay.
This is what it was like before they worked with us, this is what they're achieving now after working with us. So something like that. And then have you asked for those people, you know, to be referrals, to give testimonies, stuff like that? Or do you have that on your website?
For the connections that we've really established well, we've asked for referrals, and it's paid off pretty well.
Good.
I would think a niche that you could do a lot of work for is like, I compare like my website to a lot of other like small private haul, like waste hauler and garbage company websites, and a lot of them are really crappy and like really old because, to be honest, garbage haulers don't want to spend a lot of money on a very functional, pretty website, even though that could be a huge leap to business for them. So I think that could be a great kind of niche for you guys to focus on. I think there's between 8,000 and 9,000 private haulers in the United States, so they're, you know, and most of them, even big ones, have really crappy websites.
Okay.
So that could be a definite niche that you could focus on and, you know, provide, you know, a payment, you know, portal solution, which I think is really convenient for customers that a lot of them don't have. You know, something easy to sign up and something that, you know, maybe a change of service type thing, you know, that could be on there. But I think that would be a great kind of niche to pursue if possible.
Do they usually tend to have decent marketing budgets, or?
Yeah,
generally?
yeah. I mean, a good size one. Even small garbage companies can have, you know, decent marketing budgets, but it's just whether a lot of them I think are older people that own them, or you know, they've been a family for multiple generations, so they don't really see the value. They just want to kind of keep it status quo and do what is whatever, not really focus on kind of new, innovative, or technology based things. So.
Okay, thank you.
How are people finding out about it?
Initially, it's been just networking. That's how we really built it. But we're trying to get more digital marketing going on that. And like you said, we have strategies trying to put on workshops and just strategic partnerships is our next step. So.
And to add to that, we just brought someone on that's just focused on executing our marketing strategy as a company. So that's going to lead to future work.
So to follow on to that excellent question, thank you. One of the things that you can choose to do as a business your size is to actually find a client who's willing to let you do what you do, and you basically give it away for free. A client that will give you such large exposure and is so prominent that by actually just getting them and getting out there can actually bring traffic to you. I know that it sounds terrible to give something away for free, but sometimes there's a strategic reason that you will do it.
We actually just did a couple of those, so we realized that's really important to do.
But you gotta look at the really good analysis on what you're gonna get at the back end from this.
Is your price structure more of an a la carte, like you have this series of different things you can do, and then if it is kind of like that, is there a primary revenue source that you're trying to get them to eventually buy and then maybe work them in through other services?
Yeah, so we're going under, like we're restructuring right now. Before it was just mainly websites, and with websites you can't really get a lot of recurring revenue off of. So we're going to be using that as more of a leader into the digital marketing where we can get recurring revenue off of that, but also really pushing the website retainers to where we dedicate X amount of hours to that client, and it's guaranteed every month. So that's something we really want to build up next couple months. And that's, for our projections, that's what is going to be huge to reach those, is the recurring side.
Just another idea to kind of find a niche of what you guys are looking for. Have you looked at joining any, like, if you say you do some research and you find that you have like 5 industries you want to target, joining like those, their statewide industry organizations or things like that, where you can get access to a lot of different people in that industry. It may not be something that might be good for like for the recycling association. It might not be good for you guys right away to be a member of that. But if you could gain access to 500 different organizations who potentially have crappy websites because they're old garbage and stuff like that, something like that could be a good thing that will be just different industry organizations to get their contact with.
Yep, it's a great point. We have that. We didn't touch on it, but we have that in the strategy. Not sure what organizations yet, but it's in the strategy.
Do you guys do collateral materials?
Meaning just like print or what? Yeah, yep, we do. We don't actually print it. We just do the
No,
design work
I
behind
meant the
it.
design so that everything is consistent and cohesive.
Yep.
She has your brochures.
What's that?
She has your brochures.
We do.
Yep. All right.
Okay, so, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you only work on Mondays?
Yes. Mondays are awesome. And I guess we can explain the reason behind that. Monday, well, the real reason, when we were trying to figure out the name of our business, we ended up putting a list of like 50 words that we just liked the name of. And Cody wrote a script, being the developer he is, to basically combine all those words in every possible combination you could. So we came up with Happy Monday, and we loved it, and that's what we were set on, but it was already taken. So we went through that whole process, and actually we were just like pretty bummed out, and all of a sudden we were just like, well, what if we called it Monday Creations? Kind of fell in love with it, and then you have to create a meaning behind it, right? So the meaning is Mondays are usually seen as not so great to everybody. People don't like them, but we like to look at things differently and make things good when they aren't necessarily great. So that's the meaning behind it.
Okay, so what do you need from the 1 Million Cups community?
Yes.
With you being prepared.
So-
first off, we want to keep Monday weird, the hashtag trending on Twitter. So that's the first thing we're going to ask from you guys is to use that. And then just come talk to us about marketing strategies and growth. And then we always love referrals. So anyone you can put us in connection with would be awesome.
All right, thanks guys.
Who's next?
Next week we have Frosted and Brittany. And that I'm personally really excited about because she bedazzles things. So I'm really excited about it.
All right, well, folks, more coffee. Feel free to stick around, hang out, network. And then we'll see you next week, same time, same place. More Brittany with Frosted.